Welcome to Catherine's Corner. Today we're going to do Jewish cheese blintzes for Shavuot. And I've got the recipe from motherwouldknow.com. And right now we're going to be working on the pancakes. On the recipe, it has 1 cup of flour, ½ teaspoon kosher salt, ½ teaspoon sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, 2 large eggs, and 1 cup of water.
The reason we're wearing white is because we are both firstborn, and the firstborn have to show their purity to God, and we wear white and have, for the pureness of God and the land of milk and honey when Moses gave the Torah. The firstborn, Catherine and I are both firstborn, and all the firstborns wear white.
Put in 1 cup of all-purpose flour, organics. Okay, and I'm putting in a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt, a teaspoon of sugar, okay, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. We're whisking in these ingredients, the flour, salt, sugar, and baking powder, then setting it aside to mix together the eggs and a cup of water. Going back through with a fork, or you can use a handheld whisk. Just make sure that all this is well mixed and blended and whisked. Okay, then 2 eggs, 1, and 2. And I'm putting 1 cup of water in here, and I'm going to continue to mix together. So I guess I misread the instructions. It says to put the 2 eggs with the water in a separate bowl, and I thought it meant to add it to this one, but either way it'll come out fine. But at this time you're supposed to be mixing 2 eggs with 1 cup of water. Use a strainer or sifter and add the dry ingredients to the wet ones. Add a few more tablespoons of water, 2 to 4. You want the batter loose but not watery is what the instruction says. And then 4 more tablespoons of water for a total of 1 1/4 cups of water. Let the batter sit while you prepare the filling. Right now I'm just getting some of the stuff off the bottom. So I basically whisked it for 5 minutes, and it looks pretty good down at the bottom. And she said to not make it too liquidy. I did add 2 tablespoons of water, but I really didn't have to. And now we're going to set this to the side and make the center. A scale. I'm putting it to ounces and clearing it out, and I'm going to add 8 ounces of cottage cheese. Okay, I think that's about it. Put it in the mixing bowl. I've got the metal mixer on here, KitchenAid. Okay, now I'm doing 8 ounces of ricotta. Now I'm adding this to the mixture. is 1/4 cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon. Right now I'm just getting some lemon zest off of the lemon. It's an organic lemon from Safeway. And I'm using a cheese grater to get it off. And I just need 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, so now we're using 1/2 teaspoon of lemon zest. This is a pinch of kosher salt. A tablespoon of melted unsalted butter. And then I'm going to mix this together, putting this in a lock position. I'm going to let that mix until it's smooth. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of the pancake mix. I've got some avocado oil down there, or you can use butter. Just let it spread across the pan, let it get golden brown on one side, and then put it on a plate to the side, and then don't cook the other half of it. So I'm going to try this again. I got a 1/4 cup of the batter. I've already re-greased the pan. I use unsalted butter. She says to make this go all the way around the entire pan the best you can. I do have it on 6 right now. Okay, so right now I have the edges bubbling. Now I have it set to 6, so I'm not sure if you have to cook it a little lower. It's starting to puff up in the middle, so I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can get it out onto the plate. You're supposed to separate them with a wax paper between each pancake. Now I'm going to try again. First we take, I've got unsalted butter on a fork, and I'm just using the sides to kind of go over everything, or you can use the avocado oil again. I'd already pulled this out, so I wanted to go ahead and use it. So there we go. Okay, and again we take a 1/4 cup of the batter. And you gotta be really quick about it when you let this stuff go. Now I'm going to wait for the edges to bubble and the middle to bubble. It says to make sure one side is golden brown. Okay. This was one of the better ones that came out. They leave the uncooked side up and the cooked side below, but if you look below, it's got the area where it turned golden, and then we used the wax paper. This is my last pancake I'm working on. Poured a little bit of the last batch to the side so it looks a little lumpy on the side, but don't worry about it. So we're going to take the pancake, put it cooked side up, and then put in a 1/4 cup of the filling. And then fold it and fold it, and there you go. Okay. I think I'm going to have to put a little bit less than a 1/4 cup. There and there. We're putting 1 to 2 tablespoons at 4 on the stove of butter, unsalted. Once the butter is melted and the pan is heated, we put the folded side down onto the pan and gently heat until the bottom is golden brown. Then it says to flip it over and cook on medium-low flame until they brown on the second side. You may want to cover the pan for 1 to 2 minutes to assure the inside filling is well heated, is what it says. And then serve immediately with sour cream and fruit. So we're putting it down on the folded side. Okay, and so right now we're just waiting for this to heat back up. We're just going to brown the back and then flip it over and brown the top. Right now what I'm looking for is the bubbling on the underside. It finally heated up. I'm going to let it bubble. It's gotten these 3 pretty good. I'm going to let it bubble a little bit more for that side and then flip them over and go from there. Medium, and I'm going to cover it for about 1 to 2 minutes. This is the final result. We have the blitz with the sour cream and blueberry. And what do you think?
Very good. Tastes like a blintz I once had at a place called Canner's in Fairfax, which is a Los Angeles neighborhood near Hollywood.
That's great. Well, I hope you enjoy your blintzes. That's Catherine's Corner for today. God bless.
Semeah.
Semeah.